Researchers at Harvard once discovered that people spend almost 47% of their waking hours thinking about something other than what they're actually doing. Nearly half of our lives lost in thought, disconnected from the present moment. That's what psychologists call mind wandering. And while sometimes it's creative, more often it's a sign we're living life on autopilot. Think about it. Have you ever driven to work and realized you don't even remember the trip? Or reached the end of the day and struggled to recall what you actually did? That's autopilot mode. And while it helps us with routines, it also steals the richness from our lives if we let it run the show. So how do we stop living on autopilot and start experiencing life more fully? Let's break it down into practical, research-backed steps. Step 1. Recognize the signs of autopilot. The first step is awareness. Most people don't even realize they're living on autopilot until something shakes them awake, like a job loss, a health scare, or even just that quiet feeling of emptiness. Signs include rushing through meals without tasting them, scrolling social media for hours without purpose, or feeling like days blur into each other. Next time you feel like you're on repeat, pause and ask yourself, am I consciously choosing this or just drifting? That simple question interrupts autopilot mode. Step 2. Break routines with small disruptions. Our brains love efficiency, which is why habits lock us into autopilot. To break free, start introducing small disruptions into your day. Take a different route to work. Try cooking a new recipe instead of defaulting to takeout. If you always drink your morning coffee while checking emails, try having it outside in the fresh air instead. Neuroscientists at Princeton found that even minor changes force the brain to wake up and pay attention, helping you reconnect with the present moment. Step 3. Practice mindful pauses. Mindfulness is not about sitting cross-legged on a mountain. It's about weaving short moments of awareness into everyday life. Here's a simple trick. Set a reminder on your phone that goes off 3 times a day. When it rings, stop for just 30 seconds. Notice your breath, the sounds around you, or the sensation of your feet on the ground. These mindful pauses act like resets, pulling you back into the moment. Over time, they rewire your brain to resist drifting into autopilot. Step 4. Reconnect with your senses. One of the fastest ways to stop autopilot is by fully engaging your senses. Instead of rushing through a meal, actually taste the flavors. Instead of scrolling your phone during a walk, notice the colors of the trees, the feel of the breeze, or the sound of traffic. There's a popular exercise used in therapy called the 5-4-3-2-1 technique. Name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. It's grounding, quick, and it snaps you right back into the here and now. Step 5. Set intentional daily goals. Autopilot often takes over when we live reactively, just responding to emails, notifications, or other people's demands. To break free, start your mornings by setting 1 or 2 intentional goals for the day. Not a massive to-do list, just 1 or 2 things that matter most. For example, today, I will have a real conversation with my daughter after dinner. Today, I will take a 20-minute walk without my phone. Intentional living does not mean doing more. It means doing what matters with purpose. Step 6. Limit digital distractions. Technology is designed to hijack your attention and keep you on autopilot. A 2023 survey found that the average American checks their phone 96 times per day. That's once every 10 minutes. To regain control, turn off non-essential notifications. Move distracting apps off your home screen. Create phone-free zones like the dinner table or your bedroom. By consciously choosing when to use technology, you prevent your brain from slipping into passive scrolling. Step 7. Seek new experiences. One powerful way to snap out of autopilot is through novelty. Psychologists call it the novelty effect. Our brains release dopamine when we try something new, making us feel more alive. This does not mean you need to book a trip to Europe tomorrow. It could be as simple as joining a new fitness class, visiting a museum you've never been to, volunteering for a cause in your community. When you expose yourself to new experiences, you naturally pay attention and autopilot loosens its grip. Step 8. Reflect daily. At the end of the day, take 5 minutes to reflect. Ask yourself, what moments today felt most meaningful? When did I catch myself on autopilot? What's one thing I'm grateful for right now? You could jot these down in a journal, or even just think about them before bed. Reflection helps your brain process experiences more deeply, so life does not blur into a forgettable routine. Living on autopilot might feel efficient, but it quietly steals joy, awareness, and meaning from our lives. By noticing the signs, disrupting routines, practicing mindfulness, and making intentional choices, you can reclaim your days. Life does not need to be lived in default mode. Every small shift, whether it's tasting your morning coffee, setting a clear intention, or putting your phone aside, can bring you back to the present. Because at the end of the day, the moments we truly experience are the ones we actually remember.